Hello and welcome to Blame It on the Draw. Today I'm going to be showing you a deck profile on Dark Magician, which is custom made by one of our channel commentators, which it was a user by the name of Yugioh.
Ozunivrse.
Or Yugioh. So yeah, this is I'm gonna leave right there his comment on the screen for the moment so you can see you guys, and we're gonna be doing the deck profile based on him. If you want to see more deck profiles in a certain way, or whatever you want to hear or see, let us know in the comment sections below, and we can do more deck profiles for you guys in however way you guys want. Now for this video in particular, I'm gonna go in reverse, so I'm gonna start with the extra deck. First things first is the one and only Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight. What he does is he protects your back row, and that's about it. He's considered a Dark Magician, I think. So that's pretty good. He just does the back row protection. That's combined with Eye of the Eternal Soul. That's pretty good. Next up, we have 3 Ebon Illusion Magician. What he does is when a spellcaster declares an attack, you can detach 1 material from this card, special summon 1 Dark Magician from your deck, and if one of your spellcasters did damage or something like that, I think you banish one of their cards. Not too sure with that one. And then of course 1 Red Ice Darkness Metal Dragon. What he does, activates effect. You can every time you activate something, you get minus 500 life points to your opponent. He activates something, so that's really good disruption. You don't use it for anything else. And then you have 2 number 11 Big Eye. What he does, detach 1 material, snatch steal 1 of your opponent's monsters. You don't have Ebon High Illusion with Sincerely. I do not know his effect, so I'm going to read it for you guys. Well, this card has an expressive material. You can activate a quick spell or a trap card from your hand during your opponent's turn by detaching 1 material from this card for the activation. If this XYZ summon card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, or is an XYZ summon card you control that's sent to the graveyard by your opponent's card effect, you can special summon 1 dark spellcaster type monster from your hand or deck, then destroy 1 card on the field, which is pretty great. You can activate spell and trap cards directly on your opponent's turn from your hand. That's kind of bad for your opponent. And Norito, the Moral Warrior, what he does is detach 1 XYZ material, and you can negate the activation of a spell or trap card that tries to activate from your opponent. And then for the links, we have 1 Summon Sorceress, 1 Decode Talker, 1 Akashic Magician, 1 Witch Apprentice, and 1 Proxy Dragon. Well, of course, Summon Sorceress, you can just special summon 1 monster that this one points to with the same type and attribute, I think it was. No, it's just type. And then special summon from your deck to another zone this points to. And if you want, when it's link summon, you can send 1 card on the other side of the field to your opponent, and then you can still activate her effect by targeting the same monster you gave him, and continue on your plays with this one. This is just basically an extended, nothing else. You have the Eco Talker, of course, negating anything that targets from your side of the field. You can tribute 1 monster that is pointing to, and just negate and destroy anything that was targeting. Plus, he gains 500 attack for each card it is pointing to. And you have Akashic Magician. When it's summoned right on top of wherever it's pointing at, anything that's around what it's pointing at will be bounced back into the hand. And the other thing is that, well, this card is co-linked. You can discard 1 card, excavate the top cards of your deck equal to the link rating of the link monsters co-linked to this card. And Proxy Dragon, any destruction, you can destroy something instead where it's pointing to, instead of just getting all the destruction. Of course, Witch Apprentice, boosting your dark monster's attack by 500 attack and defense, and of course it boosts itself as well. And when it's destroyed and sent to the graveyard by battle or card effect by your opponent, you can add 1 dark monster, including itself if you want, directly from the graveyard to your hand. And that is it for the extra deck. Now let's go directly to the deck. So the first things first, we're gonna go with obviously the 3 Dark Magicians, and Dark Magician, of course, it does nothing. You have 1 Dark Illusion. Dark Illusion, what it does when you activate a trap card, you can special summon him to then special summon 1 Dark Magician from your hand. What? Isn't it just trap? Yeah, spell a trap card. Holy shit! It's just usually when he does, it's just he activates traps. And then you activate that one, and then you can special summon him and special summon 1 Dark Magician from your hand. And once per turn, you can special summon 1 Dark Magician from your graveyard with his effect. Then you have Apprentice Illusion. You got 3 Apprentice Illusion. What it does, Apprentice Illusion, is that you can special summon her by discarding one monster, I think it is, or one spellcaster, and then you special summon her, and then when you do, you can special summon one Dark Magician. I think this is from your hand as well, right? You can summon this card. You can add one Dark Magician to your deck to your hand. In damage calculation, you can just send her and give a boost of attack to any spellcaster that is battling. And you have Palladium Oracle. What he does when you hard draw him, he can be special summoned, and when he battles a dark monster, he does he doubles his attack. And that's about it for the really big beaters you're going to be using in this deck. And let's go on for the smaller engine with the monsters, being Magician's Rod. Magician's Rod, when he's normal summon, you can add, you can excavate the top 3 cards, and you can add one of those cards to your hand. And of course, no, you look for Magician's Circle. Usually, people look for Magician's Circle, and you activate Magician's Circle to then activate that effect to excavate the top 3 cards. That's why I had it confused.
You can look up anything that says
Dark Magician in his text, but usually you're just gonna look for dark. You're just gonna look for Circle, because Circle does the rest anyways. And you have one Spellbook Magician of Prophecy. Normal summon him, and you can add one Spellbook card from your deck to your hand. That is a trigger effect. That is not optional. You have 100% have to do that. And then from there, you can continue on your combo plays with that. And you have Mana Dragon. If a spell or trap card you control is destroyed, you can special summon this card. And if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can grab one of those spell and trap cards and set it onto the field. So it's a pretty good card. And you have Keeper of Dragon Magic. And what he does is when you normal summon, you can add one card that says Polymerization as text from your deck to your hand. And you can use him to fusion summon something like, for example, of course, the Dragon Knight. So that's pretty good. And that's about it for what's left for the Dark Magician engine. And now we're going to go for the Danger engine. And now we're going to use 2 Danger Nessie, and 1 Danger Dogman, 1 Danger Jackalope, and 1 Danger Chupacabra, and 1 Danger Bigfoot. And of course, they all do basically the same effect about showing your opponent the card that you're going to be using, his effect activation. Then you can shuffle your hand. Your opponent chooses one of those cards randomly, sends it to the graveyard. If it was, for example, Nessie, what it does? I know Nessie is Searcher.
He search for any danger.
Yeah, but when he's sent, or when any other card is sent,
when he's sent to the grave, you look for those.
Exactly. When he's not sent to the grave, you draw a card. And Danger Dogman, I don't know what he does.
When he's sent to the grave, all monsters your opponent control loses 1,000 attacks.
Okay, so when he's sent to the grave, everyone loses 1,000 attacks, so that's good for like OTKs. Bigfoot, basically the same, of course. When he's sent to the graveyard, what does he do here? I think it's destroys a card. And Chupacabra.
He specials from the grave or danger.
Specials from the grave, and then you have Jackalope.
He specials himself.
Which is very retarded.
Unless he specials no matter what.
And that's just like Susanoko, so that's pretty great. And that's it for the Danger engine of this side of the deck. And now we're going to the spells and trap cards. And the first things first, we're going to be running 3 Magician Circle. With this one, Dark Magician Circle, what it does, you activate its effect. And you can excavate the top 3 cards. Excavate the top 3 cards from your top of your deck, and then you can choose one of those that are Dark Magician related to your hand. And when you special summon a Dark Magician, or I think it's just a Spellcaster, you can just banish one of your opponent's cards, any card that you want. So that's a really stupid play when you're doing your opponent's turn when you have Eternal Soul, which I hate. You have 2 Spellbook of Knowledge, send 1 Spellcaster or 1 Spellbook spell card or monster that has Spellbook and its text from your hand or field to the grave, and draw 2 cards. Spellbook of Secrets searches for Spellbook Magician of Prophecy and Spellbook of Knowledge. Pot of Duality, you can activate this card. After you activate this card, you cannot normal and special summon at all. During the turn you activate this card, so you can't even do it. You can even normal and special. You can't special, my bad, until you activate this card first. From there on, you cannot special, period. And even before that, you can't special. So you get the 3 top cards of your deck, choose one of those cards, get it to your hand, and that's it. Then you can't special summon ever. And you have 1 Allure of Darkness, my bad. You draw 2 cards and then banish 1 dark monster. And if you didn't banish 1 dark monster, which is impossible in this deck basically, your whole hand will be sent to the graveyard. And you have one polymerization, of course, for the fusion that you're going to be with Dragon Magic to get Dragon Knight in there, and one Monster Reborn to special summon one monster in either player's graveyard, preferably your graveyard. So that's pretty good, as well as one of the best staples in the game that has ever existed. Now let's go for the traps. We have 2 Eternal Souls. Eternal Souls, when it activates, you can add 1 Dark Magician. I think it's 1 Dark Magician that has in his text as well. And no, he does special, but he does another thing. You can search as well. You can add 1 dark magic attack or 1,000 knives from your deck to your hand, and you can special summon, of course, 1 Dark Magician from your hand or graveyard, and it protects all your spellcasters. But when it's sent to the graveyard, oh yeah, just Dark Magicians. When he's sent to the graveyard, one way or another, even if it's banished, if it leaves the field, all your spellcasters will be destroyed. And you have 3 Magician's Navigation. Activate that card, you can special summon 1 Dark Magician from your... I think it's up to 2. Is it 2 Dark Magician or 1? You can special summon 1 Dark Magician from your hand. Then special summon 1 level 7 or lower dark spellcaster monster from your hand, which is basically just 2 Dark Magicians. And then you can just banish him. Also, if you control Dark Magician and your opponent activates a spell, a trap card, or anything, you can banish this card to negate its effects for just spell and trap cards. And then you have Eradicator Epidemic Virus, of course, tribute 1 Dark Monster. That what it has is 2,500. I think it's 2,500. No, yeah, 2,500 or more attack and declare 1 type. Spell trap card. Look at your opponent's hand, and all of those of that declared type will be sent to the graveyard for 3 turns, which is very, very annoying. You have 2 Summon Strikes, negate the activation of an effect monster, and if not, you can also negate inherent summon or special summon, of course. And you have 1 Evenly Match. Evenly Match, what it does is obviously evenly matches. If you can activate this card from your hand in the end of the battle phase, if you control no cards, and what it does is banishes as many. Your opponent has to banish as many monsters or spells or traps from their field face down, and until you both control the same quantity of cards. That if you activate it from your hand, so basically you both have to control just 1 card, and then if you have it anyways. Set, you can't activate it from your hand if you have cards on the field, so you have to make sure if you want to do that, it's got to be an empty field, otherwise it'll be completely useless. That's why you're only run 1. And then of course 1 Danger Zone, which I don't have, which basically is draw 3 cards, discard 2, and if one of them was danger, you just what was it? Yeah, everything's fine, something like that. But if it wasn't a danger, your whole hand is shown and you shuffle it back in your deck, and that's it. So you'll have nothing in your hand. But of course, with the ratio of that happening, apparently it's not that high. So yeah, that's the deck profile of the user of
Ozunivrse.
I'm sorry if I said the username incorrectly. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Hit that like button, make that like button your bitch. And thanks for watching, guys. Peace out.
Do you remember how you held me then? Now you got me reaching out.